Hello, welcome. My name is Sharon. For today's practice, we're going to do a more demanding flow practice. So I always recommend that you take it at your own pace. And I recommend also that you have 2 blocks to get started today. You may or may not need them. We'll come down onto our backs to get started. So roll down onto your back. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. So grab on wherever the hands reach. Some of us, they may reach the shins, the ankles, or the feet. And then inhale, lift the shoulders, the head off. Try to see if you can draw those heels down a little bit closer to the groin. And then release the shoulders and the head back down to the mat. So just beginning to open up the hips, get some stretching through the groin. And then we're going to bend the knees, bringing the soles of the feet up to the ceiling. So again, some of us may reach the outsides of the feet, shins or ankles. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. So try to let those soften onto the mat. We're going to rock a little bit from side to side. And then next time we rock over to the left, we're going to let the left thigh rest on the mat, keeping the left foot as it is. We're going to begin to straighten the right leg. So if it's not quite ready to straighten, you can keep a slight bend in the knee. And then once you have reached your limit, draw the shoulder blade down the back on that right shoulder. Bend the knee. We'll roll over to the right side, resting the right thigh on the mat. Extending the left leg straight, soften the left shoulder blade down the back. Just beginning to warm up the hamstrings. We'll do that one more time on each side. Roll to the left as the right leg moves towards straight, shoulder soft. Bending the right knee over to the right. Bend the left knee, come back to center, rock a little bit from side to side. And then we'll release the knees in towards the chest. We're going to roll forward and backward on the spine a few times. And then next time you come up, we'll cross the ankles, plant the hands. We're going to come into a table position. So we want the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Draw the abdominals in, so begin to recruit your core muscles. Gaze down, neck long. We're going to extend the right leg back, keeping the right hip square down. Flex through the foot, spread the toes. When you feel balanced here, extend the left arm forward, thumb pointing up. Push the mat away from you. Inhale, lengthen, stretch the chest forward. Exhale, round, elbow to knee. So we're going to hold here for a breath. Really try to draw that right heel up towards the right glute. And then extend back out, chest forward, gaze forward. Crunch. Extend. Crunch. Extend. One more. Extend back out. And then we'll bring the hand and the knee down, getting realigned, drawing the abdominals in, finding a gaze, neck long. Left leg extends back, flex through the foot, push the mat away from you. Right arm reaches forward, thumb up. Inhale, find length, chest moves forward. Exhale, round. Hug in here, draw that left heel up towards the sit bone. Extend out. Crunch, extend, we'll do 3 more. Extend, 2, moving slowly and with control, 1. And then we'll place the hand and the knee down on the mat and we'll come into downward facing dog. So we'll walk the hands forward, root through all 10 fingers, curl the toes under, lift the hips up and back. So doing what you usually do in your first downward facing dog, maybe bending one knee, straightening the other, shaking out the neck, the head, and then finding stillness for 3 breaths. And then from here, we're going to keep the feet as they are. We're going to walk the hands back, maybe one hand's distance. We're going to take the left hand and reach around for the outside of the right ankle or shin. Once you have a hold of the leg, spin the chest, trying to turn the gaze under that right armpit. Keep that right heel rooting towards the floor. So it might not reach, but we want to keep extending through the right heel. Release the left hand, comes forward. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Right arm reaches to the left ankle or shin. Turn the chest. Keep pulling that left heel towards the floor. And then we'll release the hands, walk them back out to your usual distance. And then we'll inhale, lift the right leg up. Spread the toes on the right foot. Flex through the foot, right hip stays square down. We're going to bend the knee and open the hip. So as you do that, keep drawing that left heel towards the mat, firming the left thigh back. Making some circles in the ceiling with the knee. Reversing direction. And then right leg straightens behind you, three-legged dog. We're going to step that right foot between the hands, spinning the left foot flat, coming up to warrior two. So quick alignment check, make sure your right heel's in line with the arch of your left. Bend deeply into the front knee, soft shoulders, soft gaze over the front fingers. Holding here. We're going to turn the right palm up. Reach those right fingers as far forward as they'll go and just hold here for a few breaths. Inhale. Exhale, we'll reverse our warrior. Left hand comes down the back leg, staying soft through the right shoulder. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, hands come down. Right foot steps back to meet your left. So here you have options. You can stay in down dog, you can take a rest in child's pose, or you can shift forward to a plank pose, holding here for a breath, and then we'll lower down, either chaturanga, or you can bring the knees to the mat, hug the elbows, chest forward, lowering down. Inhale, come up for your back bend, moving back to downward facing dog. So for today's practice, we're going to do several series of poses on the same side. So we'll come up with that right leg behind us, three-legged dog. Step the right foot between the hands, spin the left foot flat, arms coming up. Bending into the front knee. We're going to turn that right palm up. We're going to do what I call dancing reverse warrior. So the right arm will reach up, but the left arm will reach forward. Inhale here, exhale, reverse. Inhale back, exhale forward. One more, back and forward. And then inhale, coming up, we'll move into side angle pose. So first option is forearm to thigh, second option is hand down to the floor. Left arm reaches alongside the left ear, soft that left shoulder blade down the back. Rotate the chest open. Inhale here. Exhale, left hand comes down. We'll spin onto the ball of the right foot. Inhale, lift the chest forward. Exhale, stay. From here, we're going to transition into our standing split pose. So you can begin to hop that left foot in or spring forward, lifting the back leg. Great place for blocks if the hands don't reach the floor. Drop the neck and the head. So we're mostly focusing today on this hamstring. So it doesn't matter how high that left leg comes up. If there's some tightness through the right leg, you can keep a slight bend in the knee. Flexing through the left foot. And then inhale, we're going to do just like we did in our table at the beginning. We're going to extend the chest forward, left leg lifts. Exhale, round, knee to nose. Hug that left heel in towards the left glute. Inhale, extend forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round. Last one. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, left leg extends back. We'll bend the right knee, step the left foot back, plant the hands, right foot steps back to downward facing dog. Again, option to stay here or shift forward, move through a vinyasa. We'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Holding here for 3 breaths. And then when you're ready, right leg lifts on the inhale. Step the right foot between the hands. Adjust your hair if needed. Inhale, lift the chest forward. Exhale, we're going to move right into our standing split. So we'll walk the hands forward using blocks if needed. Springing forward, lifting the left leg. Dropping the neck and the head. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. One more, lift and fold. And then from here, we're going to do teardrops. So we'll just do 3 of these. We're going to bend the right knee, bringing the left knee to touch the back of the shin. Extend back up. That's 1. This is 2. Another option is to bring the hands to heart center, balancing only on the right leg. Wherever you are, hands come down. I'm going to use a block for this one. We're going to come into revolved half moon pose. So we're going to square that left hip down towards the mat, bringing the hands down. Inhale, lift the chest forward. Bringing the left hand either to your block or the mat. Flex through the left foot, bring the right hand to the right hip. Inhale, lengthen, find length from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Then begin to rotate the chest, the belly, and the gaze. Staying here if this is enough, or reaching the right arm to the sky. Holding here for 3 breaths. 2. 1 more breath. Then right hand comes down. We're going to bend that right knee, bringing the left knee behind, moving into a seated spinal twist. So trying to get both sit bones rooted. Right foot crosses over the left thigh. Bring the fingers behind, lifting the spine tall. Left arm reaches up. Soften that left shoulder blade down the back. Turning and either hooking the elbow on the front or hugging the knee in towards the chest. Inhale, finding length through the spine. Exhale, rotate open a little bit more. This should feel pretty good on that right hip. And then turn the gaze forward, release the hands, release the legs. So we've just done a lot of work on that right hip and the right hamstring. We're just going to lie down for a breath or 2. Bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Allow the eyes to come to close and just notice any differences between the right and the left leg. And then allow the eyes to flutter open. Draw the knees into the chest. We'll rock forward and backwards. And plant the hands, step back to downward facing dog. Taking 3 breaths here. Getting ready to do the same sequence on the left side. Inhale, left leg lifts, spread the toes. We're gonna bend the knee, open the hip. Keep that right heel rooting down towards the mat. Left leg squares behind you. Stepping the left foot between the hands, spinning the right foot flat. We're gonna start with our warrior two pose. So quick peek at the feet, make sure they're aligned. Deep bend in the front knee, soft shoulders, soft gaze. Inhale and exhale. We'll turn the left palm up to the ceiling. Reach those fingers as far forward as they'll go and just hold here. One more breath and then we'll reverse our warrior. Right hand reaches down the back leg. Left arm reaches high. Keep the deep bend in the front knee, softening through the left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, coming up. Cartwheel the hands down, stepping the left foot back to meet the right. Option to stay here or shift forward to a plank pose, chest moving forward, lowering down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, we'll all meet back in down dog. 3 breaths here. And then inhale, left leg lifts. We'll step the left foot between the hands. Spinning the right foot flat, starting with our warrior two. Bending deeply into the front knee. We'll turn the left palm up and we'll do our dancing reverse warrior. So we'll reach left arm back, right arm forward. And then reverse. Right arm forward, left arm back. 2 more. One more. And then inhale, coming up. We'll cartwheel those hands down, setting up for our standing split. So chest forward, getting light on the back toes, either hopping the foot in or springing forward for standing split. Drop the neck and the head. Drop the shoulders. Flex through the back foot. And then inhale, lift the chest forward. Exhale, round. Bring the nose to the knee, just holding here, trying to draw that right heel up towards the right glute. And then inhale, coming forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round. 2 more. Inhale, forward. And round. Chest forward, gaze forward. Round. Really puff up the upper back. And then extend the leg back. We're going to bend the left knee, carefully stepping the right foot back, planting the hands. Left foot steps back. Downward facing dog. Staying here or moving through a vinyasa. Coming back to down dog. I'm going to adjust my hair, pulling my hair back into the ponytail. Take 3 breaths in your down dog. And then from here, we'll lift the left leg up, stepping the left foot between the hands, chest forward, gaze forward, beginning to get light in the right toes. We'll come forward for our standing split. Walking the hands forward, using blocks if needed. Drop the neck and the head. Inhale, keep the right leg where it is. Lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. 1 more. Lift. And fold. And then from here, we'll do those teardrops. So we'll bend the left knee, bring the right knee to touch the left calf. Extend back up. Again, option to add the hands to heart center.
extending up. Last one. And then hands coming down. We're gonna set up for our revolved half moon pose. So I'm gonna grab my block. We'll inhale, lift the chest forward. Bring the right hand to the block, left hand to the left hip. Square the right hip down, flex through the foot, push the block or the mat away from you, finding length through the spine. Then when you're ready, rotating the chest and the gaze. Left hand can stay on the left hip or reach up towards the sky. Holding here, 3 breaths. One more breath. The left hand comes down. We're gonna move into our seated spinal twist. So we'll bend the left knee, bringing the right knee behind, coming to sit on our 2 sit bones. Sitting tall, we'll bring the left fingers behind us, using those fingers to prop the spine taller. Right arm reaches high, shoulders softening down the back. Then turning the belly, the chest, and the gaze, and either hooking the elbow or hugging the knee in. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, twisting open. Turning the gaze forward, releasing the arms. We're gonna plant the hands, step the feet back, downward facing dog. Last opportunity to flow here. If you'd like to move through a vinyasa, you can, or you can stay in downward facing dog. Just noticing the sensations through the hips and the hamstrings. We'll hold here for 3 breaths. And then we'll inhale, come up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees, stepping forward to a forward fold. Bring your feet hips distance. Just bend the knees slightly, allow the neck to release, the head to release. Notice if you're holding tension through the jaw or the forehead, the brow, just release. And then we'll inhale, lift halfway and fold. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're gonna move into a hip opener that is also a balance pose. So we're gonna come into half chair. So bring your feet hips distance. We're gonna begin to bend the knees. We're gonna bring the right ankle to cross over the left knee. Flex through that right foot. Sink the hips, chest is lifted, elbows lifted. So the more you draw that right knee away from the body, the deeper the hip stretch. So you can stay here if you like, or you can bring the left hand to the sole of the foot, right hand to the knee, and push them in towards each other as you continue to sink the hips. Notice if you're gripping the floor with those left toes. See if you can soften a little bit. And then inhale, come up. We'll release the right leg, shake them out, and do the same thing on the left side. So hands to heart center, lifted chest, lifted elbows. We'll bend the knees. And then when you're ready, you can bring the left ankle to cross over the right knee, sink the hips, flex through the left foot. Again, staying here if this is enough, or sinking the hips, bring one hand to the knee, one hand to the sole of the foot, and then hugging them in towards each other. And then inhale, come up, release the legs, shake them out. Let's bring those feet a little bit wider than hips distance. We're gonna reach the arms up and then fold forward. So putting a slight bend in the knees, maybe swaying the torso from side to side. Just noticing if there's any tension that you can release. And then we're gonna bend that left knee as the right leg straightens, plant the right hand, and reach the right arm to the sky. So really rotate that chest open. And then right hand comes down, right knee bends, left leg straightens, left arm reaches. Really reach, rotating the chest. And then left hand comes down, shake out the head, and then toe heel those feet back into touch. We'll inhale, lift halfway, and fold. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So that's it for today's practice. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.